Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. This will be an update for the Exodus build, a Constitution sort of style ship. Anyway, so yeah, in the last video, kind of showed you what we did here with the hangar bay, the lift bay, and of course the major cargo bay here. And I went ahead and finished mocking up the rest of these areas here. So let's go ahead and transition through here. This is one of the upper parking bays. This is where the shuttlecraft will, I guess, be stored and parked. Back here will be the area that I will dedicate as fabricators. So this will probably also be their maintenance area as well. And come back through here. I also mocked up the Aft Torpedo Bay. I'm probably going to refit all the torpedo bays on the ship to look similar to this area here. And as you can see, there that door is closed. So if you were to go outside the ship here, you wouldn't see a torpedo launcher. But if you come back in and come through here and just flip the little switch right there, you now have a torpedo launcher. Yay! It's it's about the same size as one of the forward ones, so it shoots two torpedoes or one torpedo per side, so two torpedoes at a time. Anyways, when it's open, the light is on. When it's closed, the light is off. You have a little maintenance area here where it lifts up the torpedo. The torpedo would actually either be where that block is or be lifted underneath of it and then set on top of here. And these are torpedo racks. This is where the torpedoes will be stored down these lanes right here. So yeah, this area here is kind of mocked up. I'm pretty happy with it. I went ahead and kind of did a little bit of the corridors designs just to kind of fill in the area here to get the feel for it. This area here will be a shield node. Same thing over on the starboard side. I've done a lot of work on the gangways now, so for the most part, you can access pretty much most of the ship now, the back part of the ship through the gangway system here. Took a little bit of effort, but I did get it sort of figured out. It's a little tight fit here and there, but yeah, it's a Constitution class. Come on. Come on, you have to deal with it a little bit, you know, come up into here, and then you have back here. And if you come back here, this will be the aft observation area for hangar control and stuff like that. This will basically, it'll just be controls around here. I haven't really decided because this right here kind of needs a little system, so I'll just build the system and then wall it in. Probably have access to it from this side, but that's the plan. I'm pretty stoked by it. So if we were to come down here, into here, we could walk around back here, go through this door right here. This will be a, I'm not really sure, probably an EVA area, maybe not. Just haven't really decided yet. You would step down into here, and then you're looking down into the hangar from up here. Go back around this way here, and go out this way here. These will all be survival lockers and whatnot, machine, you know, minor little rooms for whatever. And then we get into some of the larger rooms and stuff like that on this side here. Now I have done a bit of changes through some of the ship here just to kind of flesh things out, to kind of get a better flow for things. As I develop areas, things change. Case in point, we're going to see a new area here in just a second. I'll go ahead and fly up here real quick. So I went ahead and moved the turbo lift, jump here, because I decided I wanted to rework that engineering area. So I did go back through and I did move the turbo lift. I didn't do it up here because this is more or less just a engineering sort of access way, and you know, just so you can go from stairwell down a little corridor like this to the turbo lift or down a stairwell. But if we were to come down here, walk around, come through here, you can see the turbo lift comes down now and right here it stops. And we now have an extended corridor right here. And on this side over here, I moved the corridor over here, so this side is now the turbolift entrance for this deck, forward part of it. And then I move the turbolift over, and it just goes on back this way here. And as it drops back down, it goes down a couple of decks, and then it's goes to port and starboard. So it's working out pretty decently for us. I'm very happy with that. And if we go back up here, I'll show you what I've been doing. Let's go ahead and go to this deck here. We'll come out of this turbolift. We'll just assume, walk down this way here, we'll come into here. This is the upper bay of the secondary hull engineering compartment. Now, in the movie, in motion picture, Kirk walks down this long corridor, because it's a movie set. They did put zero thought into what they were doing as far as how the set would fit inside of a modeled ship. So just keep that in mind. I mean, Kirk's walking down this long corridor in, straight long corridor, and then he walks into this room here, and then he kind of walks over this way here, and he looks down and sees Scotty. Then they cut to a shot of him looking up, and he's actually standing right here, looking at Scotty, and then walks back here and takes this lift down to main engineering and steps out where Scotty and the other guy are talking about the transporter problem. And you have a tech up here working on this, but because of the size of the ship, it's spacing wise, this got moved back to back here. He's actually working right here. So yeah, here's main engineering as mocked up. Don't mind that. I did what I could do with the warp core, given that, yeah, Minecraft blocks. I could do a chisel and bit core, but yeah, I don't care. I don't care enough about cores to really, care. It'd be nice if it was rounded and looked like the crystalline core that they have in the motion picture and Star Trek to the Wrath of Khan, but you know what? Yeah, I did the best I could with the blocks I have, so yeah, bite me. But yeah, now we have the long corridor going out this way. Since the turbolift has been moved over, we now have that angular approach that you see in the movies. And this is where Kirk and Decker talk. And in the motion picture, this is just one wall. It's actually right here, or actually right here. But because the ship's a little bit bigger, I can move the wall back. But in the Wrath of Khan, we have this room right here. And this is here now. So yeah, I tried to mock it up as well as I could. I kind of just took creative license with it a little bit because I have to use blocks that I have. So yeah, you can only do what you can do. Anyways, come back around over here. I used some of the old TOS blocks because yeah, why not? You know, this is sort of the way it looks, kind of. You know, I don't have any other blocks that I can use, so I did what I could do. Anyways, now if you watch the motion picture, as they're standing here talking, you see people walk up and step down, come up and go down through here. I don't know if you notice it, but just watch the movie in the engineering section and you will see people leaving. So what I decided to do, since I had a room behind this wall, is I decided to add a little gangway that comes down into this area here and goes into a Jeffries tube. And then of course comes out and comes down into this area right here, which is below main engineering. Yep, that's kind of what I did. It's my thing and we'll stick to it. And then we come down here and we have this level here. Now, when Kirk looks down from up there down here, these rooms aren't very big. In fact, they're just set pieces, probably just a matte painting. So yeah, they're just tiny little areas. Not a lot goes on down through here. I mean, I could add stuff into the walls. I can add extra control panels and things like that. But for the most part, uh, it's just main engineering is the main part of it. But we get down here, changes a little bit because this is where the deflector dish actually mounts up to the warp core, draws power from the warp core. And come down here, this is where it actually finishes linking up its underside. Here we go through here. There's the deflector dish. I haven't built it yet. It is mocked up, but I haven't built it yet. But I've got the coupler housing all set up and locked in there, so I'm pretty pleased with it. This area, all in all, I've been working on it off and on for a couple of days now, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I mean, it's not the greatest. Again, you can only do what you can do with Minecraft. So I've done what I can do, and I'm happy with it. So I hope it works out well. I mean, the engineering section was kind of one of those things I was kind of dreading doing. I did go through and I looked at a lot of reference material, including a tour video that is on YouTube that basically does a flyby of the engineering department really quickly, but it's very thorough looking, and I got a lot of detail from that I was missing, and that's what made me decide to go back through here and redesign the entire engineering department and move that turbolift is because of that video. I'll probably have a link to it in the description for this video. I may or may not, but yeah. Anyways, but this is it. And we come back through here. I did the best I could mocking this up, getting rid of the funny looking blocks. And this is extra long because in the movie it's not that long. But since the ship is much larger and in scale size, I just kept moving it back and adjusting it as well as I could. And then back here, I'm going to leave it like this. I like this color as it branches off a little bit. It looks a little bit better than those, using like this style of block or, you know, this one or this one. So I just went in and left it like that color. That's the way I'm going to leave it. And back here, I'm not really sure what to do with back here. So I left it open. It is tied into the Jeffries tube system here and whatnot. And if we cup the starboard side here, we have access to a lower Jeffries tube from up here, right here. And this takes us down to the other Jeffries tubes. And then we have a little room right here for whatever. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I've gotten done here. There's one other room I wanted to show, which is I should have shown it when I was doing the hangar bay here. So we'll just drop down here and come up here. Here we go. This is the second parking bay. At the bottom of the parking bay, I guess this would be the long-term shuttle storage down through here. I made some areas to park the shuttles and or work bees and whatnot, but yeah, pretty good. Behind this wall and that wall over there is fuel storage for the shuttles. I guess they have to use fuel. And I went ahead and left this area open. That would be like a temporary door wall force field thing barrier. And if this ever gets jettisoned, then they have access into here from it. So yeah, it still serves a purpose. Anywho, I do appreciate taking the time to watch. Again, this is the Minetrek.net game server, and this has been an update on the Exodus build. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.